Here we go.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you. Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you. So I have Alexandra Olson. She's our CEO and founder. She's on the line as well. And I'm going to pass the reins over to her, if that's okay.
Okay.
Perfect. Thank you so much for doing this. Allie, here's Mr. William Sloan.
Hello, good morning. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Really well, thanks. And thank you for taking time with us. And so I just had a few questions for you. Number one, why did you, want to get out of your timeshare? And then, how did you find us in that process?
I wanted to get out because for one thing, we never actually used that timeshare.
Oh, okay.
We bought it in 1996, or I bought it before we were married, 1996, and all along I've been trading it for units mostly in Palm Springs, Palm Desert, but we never actually went back to Whistler after we bought that in 96.
Sure. Okay. So just, all the trading fees increasing over time and all of that. And so were you just tired of going to Palm Springs at that point, or?
No, the trades became less and less desirable. The RCI trades were not really good, and we ended up buying another timeshare with Marriott in Palm Desert. We bought Shadow Ridge.
Oh, sure. Very nice.
Every other year. And so the Marriott timeshares seem to satisfy our timeshare desires, to travel to that area or trade. And we were able to get better trades with Marriott than we were by trading the Whistler property through RCI or Intervals International. So we live in a resort, not a resort, a senior retirement complex, a Del Webb complex.
Well, they are kind of like resorts, definitely.
I guess. So, but anyway, they had a presentation through the Homeowners Association in the lodge from your company. I guess it was late last year or early this year. One of your representatives presented to the people who live here who were invited to attend the presentation. So I attended, and it seemed like a worthwhile thing to do in order to get rid of the timeshare that I wasn't using. And so I signed up and went for it. And
that's great.
Yeah. So,
you make such a great point also with, and I like to share this in, our seminars and things also, that not all timeshares are bad. Sometimes one just becomes not a fit anymore. And it doesn't mean that the entire experience was bad. Just at a certain point, some of them are less usable than others, or just don't fit the lifestyle anymore. Yeah.
Right. That's for sure. And so, I went ahead and listed, or I paid the fees and listed my timeshare through your company, and the process took a while, but it went through, and I received consistent status updates from Diane, and I was very appreciative of that. So it all seemed to work out okay.
Well, and that's a great point too. While some of them go very quickly, others, especially when you're dealing with companies that have changed hands and changed their transfer processes and are not in the U.S., it can be a little bit longer, but that's a good testament for us as well, I think, because we do have a commitment to seeing it through regardless of, if it goes outside of that timeline a little bit. So overall, your experience you felt was good. You would recommend us to others?
Yes, certainly. Yes.
Okay. And any advice to people out there that are kind of wondering about going forward with something like this?
Don't be afraid.
Well, that's a really big key. I mean, because there are so many scams out there and there's a lot of negative news out there about getting out of timeshares, and some of it, is for good reason.
Yeah.
And so I think that's a great point, to not be afraid if you're working with a reputable company that, has it built in the process where there's not a risk or money up front. It helps for sure.
Right. Yeah, I previously tried to sell the timeshare through a listing company about 7 or 8 years ago, and I ended up paying money up front for that, and that was, I never saw that. I never saw anything after. I never heard from them again. So
yeah, we talk about that in our webinars, that the listing companies, while they're not a scam, there's just not a legitimate resale market at this time. So it's, or really in the last 10 years. And so, yeah, that can be definitely one to watch out for. Anytime that people are paying money up front, we recommend they don't go forward with it. So I'm glad that you had that past experience to be able to recognize, why it would be easy to trust us and not be afraid. So we definitely appreciate your recommendation, and I'm so glad that we got the transaction all done for you, and that now you just have the one that you like.
exactly. So I appreciate your service, and I'm glad to be done with that timeshare, and that I feel really good about the process.
Oh, that's wonderful news. Well, thank you so much for your time and for your business, and we will be in touch.
Okay, sounds good. Have a good day.
Thank you. Okay, you too. Bye-bye.
Bye.